Okay.
Hello.
Hi everybody. We have Virgile on my right. My name is Ilyes, and here we will talk about our creativity processes with many things, these kind of things. We are a collective, which sounder designers, which fashion designers and virtual tattooists, 3D modelists, graphic designers, and etc. etc.
Yeah, it's kind of a pluridisciplinary collective. We just started to create with friends of ours. And the goal of this collective is to merge different skills we have, and it goes from the ceramist, the really handcrafts things, to the digital, like 3D modeler or virtual fashion designer, etc., etc. So yeah, this is this network we try to connect together
to create many immersive universe.
Yeah, the goal is to create immersive universe at the end, like more in a more artistic way.
Yes.
Besides the more industrial way, we can also do like fashion, virtual prototypes, etc., etc.
Between handcraft and digital.
So we would like to show you some images and video today to explain a bit our workflow. How do we do what we do? How do we work? So the first thing we would like to show you and to talk about is the exhibition we made in February, March in Paris at Le Garage. And we started from the graduation, master graduation collection of Ilyes.
Yes.
It was about a character he named Ilsa.
Ilsa. This is this collection talk about Ilsa. This is a fictive character. And I love explain. I love to describe this character with many mediums, and here with garments.
Yeah, this is one of the outfits he made. You made 8, I think. Yeah, and just to show some images of it, because I think this is interesting, the way that all the fabrics are made by hand. For example, this is like silk with a coating of latex on it.
This is this fabric.
Yeah, we had in
You can see.
And this is all the fabrics, the materials, the color, everything was first made by hand in the real world. And the thing is that after that, we wanted to make it virtual. I will explain after why. So first step was to make the pattern.
I made this. Yes, I made this pattern on Illustrator, and after we used that to create 3D garment in Clo 3D.
Yeah, Clo 3D is a software we use to simulate the drape of a garment and to build and sew together all the pieces of the pattern. So yeah, this is basically the thing that we were happy with. Before the texturing part. So okay, we have this one, and we animated it also with a website called Mixamo. This is a free thing made by Adobe with a bank of animation motions you can apply to the avatar. So here just he was working. After that, so I went to another software called Substance Painter. Made by Algorithmic, Adobe now, and all the texture we scanned, we use them on Substance Painter to have something organic. So I mean that if you can scan this one and this one, which are two different ones on the same garment, in Substance I can paint on the garment to have a really organic graphic. And that's what we had once everything was textures. Here, this is the software I used is Blender because it's not that complicated to use for what we do, and you can have this real-time rendering. I don't know if
Yes.
the screen sharing works really smoothly. Yeah, so this is really helpful because you can simulate all the light real time. If I want the sun to be behind on the back, je regarde le truc en même temps si ça marche pas. Yeah, the light on the back, etc., etc. So I can create all the environment as well with the character and create the full universe. And at the end, we had something like this. With all the environment was also made by a friend of ours,
a ceramist,
who built with ceramics.
With little sculpture. We scanned this little sculpture to apply after in the software to make the environment. Yeah. We can see the video of this exhibition.
Yeah, so here it was a bit different process. So this is the same environment made first by hand and then we scan, etc. But also the garment and the character were scanned. We used it was a bit like crafted, I don't know, but with one camera you turn around the object that you want to scan. So in this case, this was Yves, this guy, and yeah, once you have all the photos, like I don't know, 150 photos with different views, you put it into another software called a reality capture, and then it will generate a point cloud, like it's a big cloud of the object that we scanned, in fact. And yeah, that's how we used photogrammetry, it's called, to make this video. Represented also during the exhibition, and I hope it works smoothly on the stream. If it's not, please not. And in the same video, we used like real garment. Yeah, we need to show both of them to explain that from the real we go digital. Yeah, I think this is it for this one. And also, maybe quickly I can show how it was during the exhibition while nobody were visiting. So yeah, it was really a contrast between virtual and digital. And you have to imagine that we had also fragrance, perfumes made to measure. So you had like all the scents were active in the space. You can smell, you can hear, you can see, you can touch the materials. It was really immersive. I think so. For the first one we made, it was good, I hope. And yeah, all the 3D thing were projected on the really raw wall with this kind of crack.
Yes.
It's a bit, yeah, like this, you can see. So you can imagine it was like 2 or 3 meters tall. It was in movement. We had some motion, yeah, all the simulation we made with Close 3D, Blender, etc. And yeah, for me to go from handcraft to digital is also a way to extract from the reality like a kind of soul or something like this, and you can see something different. I have another example to show you. It was my graduation, master graduation project. I worked on football. I wanted to show different aspects of football. Then I made 2 chapters to say. One was about the motion of the footballer, and the other one I imagine, it's a bit crazy, I imagine like a boy in his room, and just he wanted to be a footballer, and he dressed himself with what he found in the street, in the house, I don't know, something. It became like a cosmic footballer, something a bit crazy, but all the materials I made first by hand also. This is kind of screen printing, and I sewed together all the garments. Also all the things like this. Peut-être tu peux prendre le truc là. were like plastic tapes. Yeah. Like macrame, etc. And this is all upcycled materials and garments, etc. And the fact that I scanned it, for me, it's from a thick materials, really raw materials. Here's the virtual one. It became like something really thin, really precious. And for me, this is like really like you extract the soul of something, and you can tell a different story from the same object, but no, this is digital. And from this, I think it could be like an inspiration to make something now in real. So from these details, you can create a new embroidery maybe or something, or a neat pattern. So I like this kind of, you go from Minecraft digital, Minecraft, and
to do the balance.
Last thing I wanted to talk about on this project was the shin guard, because like I found this shin guard I have here a bit dirty. This is kind of really kids shin guard to play football, and I bought it in a really random second-hand shop 5 or 6 years ago in Belgium. Yeah, and I don't know why I bought it, because I found it was like cool object to have. I don't know. I like the colors. And yeah, 5 years after, something like that, last year for my master graduation, I reused it, but I had a friend, Alexis Gourbet. I had a friend, and he's ceramist, so we made something together. We made this kind of object. For me, it looks like a vestige, antique thing. All the graphic, the volume here, this is my, I don't have it here. This is my sole, my shoe sole I print on the ceramic materials. I don't know in English, but yeah, I printed it, and then you have something like this, really raw. I presented to my for my graduation, and then I 3D scanned it, and I made something that looks like this. Ça marche vraiment ou pas le partage d'écran? Bon, on verra. Yeah, just to make this kind of object really destroyed aesthetic, and I think this is a good inspiration as well to make it. It was to make it now like in real with, I don't know, neat things, etc. So back and forward, I don't know.
Yes.
So yeah, I think you understand a bit our process now. Another thing to show, I think we have, yeah, tiens, on a le temps. For my graduation, again, we talk a lot of
motion
graduation. Yeah, yes. We used, if it works, yes, motion capture. I feel like the screen sharing doesn't work, I don't know. Yes. So yeah, I have a friend, Clément, which is dancer, and he practiced dancing since 10 years.
Like me.
Yes, like you. Where you are
hip hop dancer.
Hip hop dancer. But yeah, and ask him, hey Clément, I would like you to dance for 1 minute, like you. But imagine you are a footballer, and I want you to merge classic dance patterns with footballer, I don't know, moves, improvisation, yes. Things, etc. It was really impressive because it was the first time he wore the motion capture suit. I will show you after. And because, like, I don't know, like 30 infrared camera, like big red eyes looking at you, and you are wearing this thing with the reflective balls, and you have to dance, but you cannot go really far, because if you go too far, you are not detected by the captors, etc. So you had a lot of constraints, so you had to do it like this, and at the end it works really well. I was really happy, and Yeah, for this I used also Close 3D to simulate the drape and the movement of the garment. And at the end, all were transformed in Blender with new textures and new displacement effect to have something a bit weird, because I like to do something weird. And yeah, I can also show a bit of the making of the process, how it works behind the map. If it works. Yes, it works. So the guy to the left were Clément, the dancer, and the other guys are the staff who help to prepare the performer. So he's wearing the suit, a really nice hat, and all the reflective balls that will reflect the laser from the camera, infrared camera, and that's how the computer detects where you are in the space and the movement that you do. So this is all the preparation, calibration steps that you do, and then here we go, and you can box. Yeah, so basically that's how it works. But this is really nice to do because once you have all the garment, once you have the sound, once you have the aesthetics, the environment, etc., I think that having motion for, I don't know, I think about like fashion campaigns, for example, you can ask some dancers or performers, a guy from the theater, actors to wear this kind of thing. First, I think this is more used for cinema and video games.
Yes.
But I really hope it will go into fashion too, because you can create really beautiful things with you can simulate the drape of the garment depending of the movement of the performer. So it's kind of unique. I wish I will be able to work again with that.
Yes.
I think we will.
You would like to.
Yeah, but with different performers at the same time, like Kinjaz.
Yes.
You showed me yesterday. Would be so good.
Best.
Yeah, it was a mocap lab who rented us the place. And so yeah, so
we can talk about the video for Helsinki Fashion Week. We can talk about our creative processes about this video with a new story of Ilsa, the fictive character, and we can show some pictures.
Yeah, we can.
We can.
Yes, we can.
We have the real fabric of the garment.
Maybe we can't.
Try again.
Okay. Yes, we can.
Yes. Here we have a fabric, a knit fabric.
It's the same as the other one.
This is the fabric with different graphic, Oriental graphic, Moroccan graphics.
Yeah, traditional ones.
Traditional.
The fact that the thing that is a bit paradoxal is that usually you use 3D virtual fashion to go faster. Yes. And here this is a really slow process at the end because you do everything by hand.
Yes.
So it takes a lot of time. And then after that you go digital. So of course you can also create all the textures procedurally, like the digital way. But this is different at the end because you don't. It's really hard, I think, to have this organic thing digitally. You can, but this is not that easy. I think this is the hardest thing to do is to have something with a default, with organic, with errors, because when you knit by hand, you have some variations, and in 3D, all is really well organized.
More clean,
but you can, of course, change the parameters to have something more organic. But that's not really the easiest one, I think. It depends. But also this is also a pleasure, I think, to do it by hand.
Yes,
sometimes.
very
Yeah.
pleasure.
And here, just a teaser of the tattoo thing made by Jason, virtual tattooist.
Here we have another fabric.
What is it? Wool?
This is wool, and we applied latex on the wool for have this texture. You can see here.
It's half waterproof.
And yes, we scanned again this fabric to apply on the software to have this silhouette on this new universe.
Yes. Yeah, it was not really easy because this one is a combination of two different fabrics. You have the wool, so we first scanned the wool, and then we have the latex part. So we scanned the latex part, and then after in the substance we had to create different layers and sub-layers, etc., to have this kind of dirty repetition of the latex on the wool, and to have some variation. So you have a dark latex part, you have the lighter part to show it's a bit more used wear. And and I think it's also good because thinking this way, it pushed to think the narration of the character. So this guy just walked all day in the desert or something like this, and so the garment is a bit destroyed, etc. So it could have been really different if we made something really clean. It tells something different. So it pushed to think about the narration. When you are painting the texture, you have to think what did the guy made the last few months before.
And this is to the reflection of his brain, his mind, and that's it.
And yeah, again, these little neat textures with some hair particles. This is the first time I did it, actually. The kind of fur effect on the knit, not that easy to do with motion, I think, but I'm happy with that. And and to finish, I think he has a fabulous horse with a traditional Moroccan rug graphic that we took on Google. But yeah, then we added all the air particle effect on it to have this kind of crystallized effect. Some questions?
What's that little bottom with the white sign?
Button.
Button.
Not bottom.
Helsinki
Button.
Fashion Week.
Are you talking about this one?
I think yes.
Yeah, this is a little button. I had the idea just like last week at the end, just before the final rendering. It was just a little button to. For me, it's like a label. Just we were here. No, like just a kind of winkle, not twinkle.
I
don't know. But yeah, just interesting to like
for the
proud,
event,
because I think we were a bit proud also to be part of this experience.
Yes.
So we wanted this logo to be part of the universe. We think it was great.
And Unexplored field too.
And we also have the Unexplored field logo here.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we talked a bit fast.
Yes, we have we can show this.
Yeah, we forgot some things. We have too much things we wanted to show, and at the end we didn't have time to.
Here.
Oh.
We printed.
Do you remember the guy we scanned?
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy. Here. After we printed in 3D printer.
Yeah, we wanted to just experiment 3D printing.
Yes.
So we made this kind of figurines as a souvenir.
like goodies.
Yeah, we have two. So
yes, and this one with the coat, with the backpack on the back.
I think for now this is useful, useless, but it's funny. It's funny.
Very funny.
But at the end, all this Warhammer stuff, this little figurine you can paint and you can build a maquette. I don't know, all the environment.
We can play with this,
and then you can do roleplay.
Yes.
Fashion roleplay.
Ou un échiquier.
Chess.
Yes.
Chess, I think.
It's a chess.
Yeah. So,
guys.
Oh. Okay. So I think this is almost the end of the stream. So maybe if you have quick questions, I can also show you like Ilyes.
What was your best experience in this process? Virgile, what was the most challenging aspect? My best My best experience was to translate my creation, my handcraft creation on the 3D. It was the first time to me to see the process, and it was very interesting for me.
Yeah, but you learned really quickly.
Yes.
Quickly how it works. Like at least Close 3D, I think in 3-4 months. 5 you told?
4 months.
You handle it pretty good.
I'm new in the 3D universe, but yes, I'm good, I think. Virgile, what was your most challenging aspect of this process?
To work with this guy, it was really challenging because it's really slow. So, and I'm a really speed guy, so we had really to. No, just kidding. But I think this is so I know Close 3D since 2 years now, but I'm pretty new with the other software. Substance Painter, I used it since a few months, something like this. But the most challenging for me was for this video, the last video, was to create the whole environment behind, to model some rocks with all the textures, to work with the motions. Also, it takes a lot of time. All the materials, you need a lot of patience to work really, to have really good results. In fact, and and also I made some mistakes during the process. I could have been really better I skipped the retopology process, which is the fact that you optimize your object, your scene, to have less heavy files, and then you can work really smoothly. I did not make that, so I had really heavy files, and then it worked really not smoothly. It was really slow when you navigate in the 3D interface. It was really hard to imagine the movement of the camera because it was 2 FPS, so 2 frames per second. And for me, it was my biggest mistake, I think.
Yes.
But I will learn next month to do it. So next time, it will be better.
With Unexplored fields.
Yeah. But all the lighting process also, this is a full job in video game studio. You have really a guy, different guy, and they work on lighting, only doing lighting. One guy is doing only materials, one guy is only doing sculpting, and we had to do really everything by ourselves.
Yes.
So it was a bit the first time and really hard.
Ilyes, are you a fashion designer or 3D designer? I'm both of them. I'm most a fashion designer, but I'm actually I work a lot of 3D, and this is my next goal to be to be a 3D apparel designer too. So
yeah, I think this is the thing we both like, because we both made a fashion design school. We did the same. It was Saint-Luc in Belgium.
Because I'm not a real fashion designer like Virgile. We are. It's just the garment, just a medium to express something. And the 3D for me, it's the same, like sculpture, like drawing, like painting. We are more in artistic wave. Wave.
Yeah.
So yes, you need to on doit finir.
Okay, so let's finish. Thank you for watching. If you need more, if you have more questions in the future, you can reach us. And you can make another Twitch live.
And with pleasure. Everyone are welcome in Unexplored fields.
Yeah.
So
ciao.
Bye and
thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you in the digital space.
See you in digital space.